Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. We've got a load of Alpha 3.24 updates with another EVOCATI patch with some improvements there. We've also got an indicator of a bit of more time frame of where they think the PTU is going to fall. And Inside Star Citizen talked about level design and showed off some cool bits for Pyro and Alpha 4.0. So we're going to talk all about that. Let's start with Alpha 3.24 progress though. CIG said it's probably going to be next week before the EVOCATI phase moves into wider PTU with sort of Wave 1 and beyond. But the EVOCATI tests should continue over the weekend, I believe, rather than being taken down or anything like that. So there was a new 3.24 0.0 EVOCATI patch, and this had some changes and updates. They officially added the carry lowered FPS weapon with Alt R as the keybind there, so rather than having it ready all the time, you can actually have it just relaxed as your weapon, which is going to look really good, but also add to immersion and that sort of stuff. They've updated inventory container icons, they've increased overall spread values for vehicle cannons, they've reduced vehicle laser damage by 10%. There are some Vulcan performance improvements. They reused the GPU buffer instead of recreating them to improve performance and memory fragmentation. There are a load of bug fixes as well, sorting problems out with players disconnecting while loading into the persistent universe, client authority issues when rejoining, repair, rearm, refuel, restock services are now available again, players should no longer be trespassing in their own hangars, quitting the client could break bed interactions, that's been solved, using certain chair decorations would also break the player's character and account, that's solved, or at least being listed as solved. I suspect there's going to be some of these that sort of turn back up. Area view elevators had a Z fighting a flicker issue on either side of the ceiling and the floor. They had problems with text being able to be entered into the chat app. They fixed 8 client crashes and 4 server crashes as well, so the build's actually pretty solid now with a load of updates from the last EVOCATI build. That said, its stability still isn't great, though it is better than before. It's the main thing that's holding it back, in my opinion at least at the moment. There is a hefty amount of known issues that CIG are trying to work through as well, sort of getting them closer to a PTU test and live build for the game. So let's go through some of these. There is a high chance that personal hangars do not open when contacting the ATC to take off or land at a destination. Item banks and freight elevators, the frame rate will dramatically drop if players own too many items with those services. Flashing, artifacting or Z fighting can happen when looking in certain directions. Retrieving a hull C at locations without a docking port will display unable to handle your request at this time. ASOP terminals fade to black when accessing after delivering a vehicle. AI are missing inside of security post Korea. Only outside guards will spawn. Players cannot hear other players through VoIP. Turrets can get stuck firing nowhere near their target. Transit will intermittently desync off course. If you've got a 300 series that's customized through the RSI website and you've got additional flare items in it, then the flight HUD and UI can just not appear. Hostility is not being wiped properly. AI do not move after spawning, and combat AI can sometimes not spawn and cause a mission to auto-fail. You are unable to activate EMPs. Ships and warning alert text is very small and can be difficult to read. Sometimes weapons fail to reload if reloaded from backpack. Weapons reload with invisible magazines when reloading from the backpack. You are unable to use plotted routes to planetside locations when you are in orbit. G-force induced head movement can be excessive. Various parts of Area 18 Central can't be routed to on the Mobiglass map. And CIG did say there was a crash related to Radeon image sharpening while using Vulcan. Yeah, as I said, there's quite a few of those known issues there, and there's a few more as well that CIG just haven't listed, but that's why they have those EVOCATI builds, to get a load of the most egregious ones sorted so that they can move up to PTU and then live build as quickly as possible. But as far as EVOCATI builds go, this one does seem to be proceeding pretty quick. There was an Inside Star Citizen how we work level design. So this looked through the basics of exactly what the level design teams do and how level design works. They bring all the parts together of many disciplines to build interesting areas for players to explore and do missions. From big mining towns to settlements to cave networks, not a huge amount of tangible development info here, more of an explanation of how the sausage might want to be made. There were some points I did want to highlight though. Even after locations are complete, they do come back to them for updates or to fix bugs or to do AI bits and bobs. They are trying to improve the flow for shopping and general point of interest traversal. They are really trying to push the quality of gameplay and content over just visuals now. They are working on building out pyro locations for Alpha 4.0. It's going to be very different from the Stanton system. There is a lot to find and explore, and puzzles and Easter eggs and sub-locations. They are going to encourage the use of ground vehicles at ground locations. Pyro is dangerous, so they've also built settlements and locations with FPS combat in mind that could potentially kick off at any time. There was a Reddit thread discussing what Inside Star Citizen actually is in terms of format and intention, and Disco Lando actually got involved with this, saying Inside Star Citizen is the pre-recorded docuseries detailing any aspect of the game's development we can. We'll play with format from time to time because some stories need to be told differently to succeed, but the goals never change. It's also where you can see work in progress most times, and where you find much of the history of the project. I like to think of Inside Star Citizen as the school newspaper, with me as the editor. Star Citizen Live is the live stream interview showcase questions and answers of people, process and decisions. More times than not, it has no visuals and is far more casual and less crafted than in Inside Star Citizen is. It's more hangout than anything else, and our chance to try even different things without the level of expectation that comes with the legacy of Inside Star Citizen. If Inside Star Citizen is the school newspaper, then I like to think of Star Citizen Live as the little social gig for people at the end of the week. We kick our feet up and chat about whatever the folks who can be on the show that day can. And in the case of game dev format, show that making games can be just as fun as playing them sometimes. So cool little show, yeah, much more sort of like meet the team, and this is basically how level design works and what they do at the company, rather than much tangible information, but some cool visuals shown off for some of the stuff that we're going to see at Pyro, so I thought it was worth talking about. There was a question I saw on Spectrum: is Sylvan still at CIG? As they previously had been very active on Spectrum. I believe they are a engine programmer at CIG. I think they're in the Frankfurt office at the moment. And Sylvan responded, yes, still alive and pumping out code for the engine. I'm very busy these days at work due to increased responsibilities. Once that settles down, I'll try to be more active again. Boom! That's it for your Star Citizen updates today. I'm really interested to know, have you been playing in the Alpha 3.24 EVOCATI build? When do you think that's going to go to Wave 1 PTU? When do you think we're going to have it live? Do you think we'll have it live by the end of July? Are you excited for the Pyro system and Alpha 4.0 and more playtests of that sort of stuff probably happening during the next couple of months? Because Cloud Imperium are going to want to test server meshing. They're going to want to do some tests of Pyro before they move on to 4.0. Whatever your questions or thoughts, I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Also, something you could do in the comments below is check out maybe Tobii Eye Tracker, natively supported in Star Citizen. It gives you very high precision head and eye tracking. It's currently on sale. You should check it out. Click it down below. Also, NordVPN. It's a VPN. If you need a VPN, you want to click the links down below. It's a big discount. Or just go to nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. It might be the best decision you make today. Maybe. Every month we have a ship giveaway, and for June we are giving away a Freelancer Miss, which is a fantastic little multi-crew missile boat. We're also bundling this with a Pulse, the little tiny bike with the big laser on it. You'll get lifetime insurance on both of those and a Star Citizen game package. So all you need to play Star Citizen, all you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos made during June. Good luck to you. Also, if you want to further support the channel, please consider clicking the join button under my videos. It really does help. There's also Patreon on loads of affiliate links and stuff like that down below in the video description and in the comments, so check those out, and that helps the channel out too. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great June. Thank you for watching to the end, and don't forget to click all the things down below, or at least the things you want to click on.